Scholar, make it short, bye-bye, because of our time, because you are live now, by the way. Go on.
No wahala. I just talk about yesterday when I love your smile when you talk, say the thing one begin, oh, you don't set, oh, I love that smile first. That smile, now danger, now you signify.
You feel because that's the only way I can pass it to, so that people will not say 2 days serious, maybe not just just a make mouth. I just said that make anybody no cross our path. You see what we want start now for Benin. Now loud, everybody go feel more. Make I take smile talker now, Abi. We don't like violence. You know what I'm talking about.
Boy, that's my way you say talker, man. People will say, people will be offended. That smile has offended. So, no wahala. It is well. I thank God. I see say show already they jump up now to do this thing. To be honest,
I want to go for president too, and Shore is our friend. So even though some of us are not going to vote for him anyway, but yeah, he's our friend. We will encourage those who wants to.
But I just recently heard they arrested him again. So they've left him now.
That was 2 days ago, I think, or 3 days ago or thereabout. So they left him that same day. It was one of those things now. They will probably arrest him again and lock him up. Or they may tell one judge to just lock him up. Whatever it is, Shore is a fighter. Now he's back on the ring. I mean, the ring again.
My brother, we praise God for that. We pray that he will not go. He will not, because the truth is that God can do anything in this fight that we are talking about. That's so we go there, they look, Shore go win. But for me, whether Shore wins or not, I believe that Nigeria has to break up. It doesn't matter. If you think if Shore wins today, it will stop the whole desire to see.
No, it won't. Shore has no intention of from his conversation. No, okay. I'm not trying to be like his spokesperson. But I believe him, just like I believe Nnamdi Kanu, I believe Igboho. People may have problem with him, right? But he did not believe the agitation will end. Shore said, you need your agitation under a conducive environment where you are not going to be killed for asking to have a Biafra. So many people don't understand this. And we hope Shore can convince them. I don't know how to convince them, but I understand him very well, and I trust him. That's me. Please, Baba.
Okay, but then let me say finally here, because I also want to make it short.
Please.
I really would urge every Nigerian, whatever you call yourself, but I say indigenous people of that nation. I urge everybody to pursue a breakup, whether Shore wins or not. Maybe Shore's winning will give us the opportunity to now say, let's like civil and reasonable people break this thing up, because breaking us up does not mean that we are not going to be working together. We are actually going to prosper better. We are going to have healthy competition. When Oduduwa will see the way Biafra is moving, and Biafra is seeing the way Oduduwa is moving on the other side, we'll be encouraging each other. We'll be provoking each other in a positive way. There will be healthy.
I just want a situation. I just want a situation whereby nobody has it all. Okay, if these criminals in Nigeria are not criminalizing self-determination struggle, right? We should normally be having this conversation, even during this election time. Yeah, people should be having conversation about referendum. The Igbos want to go. Nobody should be shot and killed, and that is where I love the logical approach of Shore. We know that he didn't have the chance. He may never have the chance, but I believe in his ideology, where he said it is the right thing to have that conversation. The reason why they don't want you to have it at all is that once it becomes popular, these guys will no longer be popular. That's the idea that will be popular. But you need an environment to be able to even talk about it before you can now say we are going to get it or not. Otherwise, Baba, everybody get their own view.
Honestly, let everybody be able to. I'm telling you, we will work together. We will be able to, in a healthy way, in a healthy manner, work together. Because the truth is that if one region of that lousy cost called Nigeria, if one region has that kind of power over the other region, it just doesn't make any sense. Let everybody stand on par. You know, we all have
the sad thing is that Rodney,
you know,
Rodney, let me tell you something quickly just before you go. You know the sad thing, right? We all want something done about the breakup of Nigeria, okay? And every time we all say we want it, we actually want some people to do it for us. Do you know that?
I hear
we
you.
always use the word we need to. But there is no we anywhere, Baba. There is no we. Most of it is all on we wish. That's why the people like Nnamdi Kanu, they are the rallying point. People like Sunday Igboho, they are the rallying point, where people can then use that word we better. That's why somebody like Omoyele Sowore is a rallying point. But when people can't see all of that from all this group, they probably don't even have an idea of what they're asking for. But again, if you have no idea of what you know, if I hold that to myself. Rodney, one last one before you go, quickly, please.
Anyway, finally, I love that. What I talked before, that be the final one. Yeah. I love the laugh and the smile. Yeah. Where you say, he want born. Oh.
He want now. We're not supposed to loud down. And also, you know that kind of thing. Something you go up and you could just be like, say, I'm going to go and watch Mayegun because I know, say, Mayegun feel know something about this thing. I want to go watch tonight. And then, boom, Mayegun says, have you all heard about today?
I said, yes. The people where want fight, Mayegun, the people where want fight now, that's mine. Now I go carry the fight now.
Yeah, because that's mine. We bring them on, Rodney.
We start. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So that's Rodney. Sorry, my caller. I'm sorry for, hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, brother. Just give me a second, okay? I'm going to continue with you. Just 1 minute. You know, one thing I'm going to let everybody do tonight for this remainder time, let me see the remaining time we have tonight, okay? I'm just going to let you speak your mind, all right? Because I believe that my intention on Mayegun's Diary Politico is for all of us to have what is called a mature conversation. Mature conversation is that we don't need to agree. That is not the rule. We don't really need to, we wish we agree, right? But we don't need to agree on everything. But we can always respect the position of everyone. But if some of you are still suffering from whatever it is you are suffering from on issue of Omoyele Sowore, PDP, good luck, Egbere Jolantan, since 2015, and you are still living in that denial, that's what most of you are. Because reasonably, if they ask you, what exactly is your opposition to Sowore? It's absolute trash, absolute nonsense. Most of them out of your personal vendetta of what Sowore Sahara said about somebody you liked before or somebody you respected, or what have you, or what he said about something you liked. Personal vendetta. That's not mature. It's not called maturity. But some of you can hide behind all of that. But I'll let you speak your mind because you have the mic. So, hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, Baba. Your name, sorry for keeping you waiting. I just had to add that because I don't want to be interrupting people. I can read the comments. I can see that people are actually like, throwing the usual. But we know the kind of people who throw these usual jibes, right? I thought I should add it and I won't, talk, Baba.
Yes, my name is Adisa from London.
Adisa, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, it's been a while.
I know.
So I'll just quickly make my submission and then I'll give the mic to others to speak.
Please, Baba.
So I'm happy for Sowore declaring today, and I wish Sowore all the best in his push to be the president of Nigeria. Couple of during the previous election where Sowore contested, I actually supported Sowore. But we grow and we learn. And I'm in a position now where I've learned that there's this way I have come to realize that I am better off I'm better off supporting the stand of the Yoruba people or Yoruba nation. I've always said that before the existence of Nigeria, right. My great-great-grandfather were Yorubas, not Nigerians.
That's right.
And there is nothing I can point to now to prove that this is what Nigeria stands for. But there is a lot to talk about what the Yoruba stand for as Yoruba people. Nigeria has no identity.
No.
But Yorubas, they have their identity. Back in the days, many of our people that are fighting for Nigeria, speaking for Nigeria, don't know their history. They only understand Nigeria from 1960 or Yoruba culture from 1960. But Yoruba culture has been in existence for thousands of years. And so our people lack knowledge. And that's why I wish that somebody like Charade, with his energy and understanding and capacity, would align to support the Yoruba nation movement. But I respect Charade's stand. I respect him. He believes in the Nigerian project. But what worries me, and this is where I'm rounding up, what worries me about the Nigerian project and the ideology of the 2023 election is that we all know that constitution is a fraudulent constitution.
It is.
And we all should understand that holding any election on that fraudulent constitution is validating fraud.
That's right.
You know that something is fraudulent, and then you are building something on it. That's fraud. What I think a lot of our people should be focusing on is to ensure that we eliminate that fraudulent constitution, have a new constitution that will give everybody the opportunity to become who they want to become. If you want to vote, know that, okay, you are voting for Nigeria on a reasonable and reliable document. But what we're trying to do, what people are pushing for 2023 is just to validate fraud. That you know it's a fraud. It's like you knowing that a car has no brake. And then you are telling your family to say, just go in, don't worry. Just go into the car, we'll manage it like that. You all know you will crash. And that is why I'm not just going to participate in the election, because
there are so many people at this, there are so many people who also feel the same way like you. Okay, they supported Charade, and then this time that they have known better, they feel like you know what, is a lost cause. So why validate something that you know is a complete sham at the end of the day? You know, that's
my point. I'm not just going to waste my time, so I'm just going to stand and speak for my Yoruba nation. That word alone, Yoruba nation, excites me. It gives me joy. And I'm already teaching my children that they are not Nigerians. They are Yorubas. They are Yoruba first. They are Yoruba last. Because there's nothing to be proud of about Nigeria. Nigeria has done nothing for me. Nothing. I cannot defend a nation that has never defended me.
Wow.
That is madness.
That's classic.
A nation that has never defended me, that has never spoken for me, that don't even know where I live on this planet. Me, then fight for that nation. Odo this, the Yoruba people. I will never support that nation. I stand for the Yoruba nation because I'm Yoruba first.
Yes.
And I'm Yoruba last. And there's nothing called a Nigerian identity, because the identity of Nigeria is the identity of fraud, lies, and deceit. And I hope that most people supporting this Nigerian project will realize that most nations in the world, they grow along ethnic core value system. That is why you have Scotland, Scottish people, Scottish culture.
That's right.
Ireland, Irish people, Irish culture.
That's right.
You will never have France and Afghanistan and Russia merged together by force. No. Because you want to answer the name Nigeria. Nigeria, that is somebody's business venture. You want to die over it. No, may evil never happen to us. I've learned more now. I know better. And I'm just going to stay away from anything that starts with N. And
you have every right to do so, including myself.
Yes.
And just like I said, we don't believe in their election and the rest of them because we know why we don't believe in them. And there's no point in participating in something you don't believe. And that's why I make sure that my message is parted. I said, those who are telling people, young people, to go and get their voters card, now they are amending your laws. Can you implement that and try and rescue your country like you always wanted to? Okay, but I'm with you. Adisa, that's a brilliant submission, 100%, Baba. Let me take another call.
So I'm ending this. So we all know already the result of 2023. We'll just wait for it to play out. Thank you.
Ashe, Baba. Thank you so much for that. That's a class, honestly. I have another call as well. People are never really going to go well with this. Okay. Hello, Ma. Hello, Ma.
Hello, Kalema. Ekuṣẹ́ takuntakun tó ń ṣe o.
Kalema.
Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yín. Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ. Hello, ṣé gbọ́ mi?
Clearly, Ma. Sherry, broadcast yẹn wà delayed a little bit, Ma.
Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ.
Ẹ wò gbọ́, Ma. Ẹ listen sí phone
Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ. Lèmi náà mo ti ń tẹ́tí sí yín ti pẹ́.
Okay, Ma. Continue. Continue.
Okay.
Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ stop láti máa listen sí broadcast yẹn, kẹ́ listen sí phone yín, Ma. Sherry, broadcast yẹn wà delayed. Tẹ́ bá lọ listen sí broadcast yẹn, Ma. She's not listening to me. Woman, if you are waiting on that broadcast, to talk before you respond to me, we are going to be here all night, Ma. Shebo, listen to phone or phone yẹn. If you broadcast yẹn listen to phone yẹn, kí mi àti yín sọ̀rọ̀, Ma.
Okay.
Yeah, if you broadcast yẹn ẹ kàn gbé tí sí phone yẹn, Ma. Oh dear. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ̀kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ fún yín, Ma. Sherry ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. Tẹ́ wá lọ ń listen sí voice yín lórí TV àbí lórí nǹkan kan. Tẹ́ fi ń confirm bóyá ẹ ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. It's not going to work that way. She gets, Ma. Sherry bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gbó phone yín sétí yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi àti yín máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Ẹ fi broadcast yẹn lẹ̀. Yeah, ẹ jẹ́ kí mi àti yín máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ bá bí ìgbà tẹ́ pa Johnson lórí aago. Ẹ fi broadcast yẹn lẹ̀, Ma. Yeah. Continue, Ma. Sorry.
Mo gbọ́ mi dáadáa.
Mo gbọ́ yín clearly sí, Ma.
Ṣárí Yorùbá nation yẹn.
Yes, Ma.
Ó ní gbogbo wa fẹ́ o. Àtàrúgbó àtọmọdé gbogbo wa la fẹ́ o. Nǹkan tẹ̀ ń dẹ́n bá wa ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ lórí olóyè Sunday Igboho. Ọlọ́run túbọ̀ máa gbèyìn lẹ́yìn o. Ṣé láwọn tó bá mi ní kí ṣòwò rẹ̀ máa try. Bóyá Ọlọ́run bá lè ṣe tí Ọlọ́run á máa jẹ̀ kan pa. Àwọn kìíní burúkú yẹn ṣe mọ̀ pé ọ̀jẹ̀lú ni wọ́n bá ti ń bọ́ wọ́n ti nígbàgbọ́ pé Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti sọ Nàìjíríà di okòwò wọn. Wọ́n bá ti ń gbọ́ sínú ìjọba ìbá ordinary chairman Mr. Maigo ordinary local chairman tó bá débẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n lọ jẹ owó ni wọ́n lọ make owó ni wọ́n lọ láti.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kọ́kọ́ fún yín, Ma. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ kọ́kọ́ fún yín, Ma. Quickly. Ẹ má ti lọ, ẹ má gbọ́ mi o. Ẹ jẹ́ sọ kọ́kọ́ fún yín, Ma. Ṣé rí gbogbo wa la fẹ́ Yorùbá nation? Ṣé get? Agbójúlé àwọn èèyàn kan pé bóyá tí gbogbo wa bá da ọwọ́ jọ à push fún. Ṣé rí Yorùbá nation yìí náà tó bá máa wá àtọ̀ ṣe ló dà pé ṣe ni gbogbo wa ń expect kí àwọn gọ́vnà yẹn àwọn olóṣèlú jẹgúdújẹrá tó ń jẹ gbogbo kìíní ṣe ló dà pé ṣe là ń wò pé a máa pressure wọn máa wá fún wa Yorùbá nation. Ṣé ti understand sí which nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé kò possible. Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n believe yìí pé tá a bá máa gba Yorùbá nation tó bá jẹ́ pé bá ṣe ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tó bá jẹ́ àwọn gọ́vnà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn representative ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan náà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo bá ṣe ń sọ lọ́wọ́ yìí tí Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n ń ṣe ṣẹ́yìn rò pé gbogbo máa wà lẹ́wọ̀n.
Kò ní sí lẹ́wọ̀n.
So àwọn èèyàn kan ló wá ń sọ àwọn kan believe pé torí pé kò ságbára lọ́wọ́ wa gbogbo bá ṣe ń sọ pé afẹ́ àtàwọn tá à ń bẹ̀ ń ta àtàwọn tá à ń bẹ̀ ń lé gbogbo àwọn tó rí tiwa rò ni wọ́n tó ń jẹ nínú bí Nàìjíríà ṣe rí yẹn ló fà á o tí ọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn ìlú àmì àwọn Sowore and co tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa power ló ṣe máa ń fẹ́ make sense pé lóòótọ́ ni pé nǹkan ta fẹ́ lélẹ̀ ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe ń yìnbọn pa gbogbo wa ni wípé àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ yóò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àti pé agbára kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́wọ́ láti protect ara wa so gbogbo tó fìyà ń jẹ wá rè o pé ká ní pé àwọn tó wà nídìí agbára lẹ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí báyìí pé wọ́n fọwọ́ sí kíní Yorùbá ni Ìgbòho ní sílẹ̀ wọn ní pààyàn ńlé ẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọn ò ní máa mú káàkiri kò tó fà sọ nìyẹn máa.
ìtọ́tẹ̀sílẹ̀ ti le jù nǹkan tí tèmi náà tí mo àgbẹ́kẹ̀lé mi náà ni pé ká ṣàmọ̀ gbàdúrà àdúrà tèmi ń gbà àtàwọn sẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn tó wà níbẹ̀ tí wọ́n fura àwọn palágbára yẹn ìgbàgbọ́ mi ni pé Ọlọ́run aláàánú á gbàdúrà bó ṣe gbà fún Ísírẹ́lì nígbà tí ọba Senakeribu tó ń lérí fún ọba Ẹsikaya tó ní òun kò sógun tóun jà tóun win bóun bá òun bá Ísírẹ́lì jagun ó gbèjà Ísírẹ́lì bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ṣe gbèjà Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ṣe gbèjà gbogbo àwọn tẹbítara wa tó wà Nàìjíríà tí wọn ní kú dànù ṣẹ́rí ó máa fogun ẹ̀yìn jà wọ́n ni o ṣẹ́rí ìgbà tó bá fogun ẹ̀yìn gbogbo mercenaries kan kó wá sí Nàìjíríà gbogbo wọn náà máa sàsún àsùnjì wọ́n wá Buhari àtàwọn kàbá ẹ̀ wọ́n wá àwọn ọmọ ló máa pa wọ́n mọ́nu yẹ̀wù wọn àdúrà tèmi ń gbà lẹ́yìn òye gbà lójoojúmọ́ òní mò ń gbọ́ nígbà àwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi ń tà ń gbà yẹn Ọlọ́run adójú tì wọ́n tó alágbára àwọn tó fura pa lágbára tó ń gbàgbọ́ Ọlọ́run lágbára Ọlọ́run adójú tì wọ́n náà mú wọn ọba tí ilé yòókù tó mú wọn yóò bá wa mú wọn bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n mo rí kí reply tẹ fún mi máa fún mi ní
pé mo máa pè yín máa
àmọ́ bí mo ṣe máa ṣe kinní.
nípa donation yẹn ṣẹ́rí máa ẹ mọ̀ kọ́ ti máa ṣe ẹ mọ̀ ti máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń drop call yìí sìn kẹ́ wo ojú screen yín lójú screen yẹn torí pé UK lẹ́wà yẹn lójú screen yẹn máa display account number kan àti sort code kan ti platform mi ni ṣẹ̀gẹ́ ti ń sìn ẹni tí tẹ bá send síbẹ̀ mo máa rí ṣé o yẹ yín sìn now ṣe ti bá ti display yes ma ṣe rí nǹkan tẹ bá wojú screen ní TV yín nílé ń sìn àbí ibi tẹ ti ń wo broadcast yìí mà yá ẹ máa rí nǹkan tó ń stroll lábẹ́ orúkọ mi Mayegun General yẹn ṣẹ̀gẹ́ ìyẹn máa stop láìpẹ́ yìí sìn ẹ máa wá rí account name sort code ẹ kàn ra mobile àti pen kẹkọ sẹgbẹ ṣẹgẹtì and then màá tún send message sí yín lórí WhatsApp lálẹ́ yìí kí tó sùn ṣẹgẹtì so any nice night ma ya
thank you so much
yes ma kẹsẹ ẹyin kọlẹ ṣe jù
Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yín ẹ ní ṣíṣe Ọlọ́run bá mi wà pẹ̀lú yín gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yín ló máa ṣoríire ẹ ń wá rere fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ire yín ó máa pọ̀ sí gbogbo tẹbítara yín kan ní Nàìjíríà ní búburú kan ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn lórúkọ Jésù.
Kẹ́ni nice night ẹ̀yin náà oyè yín ẹ pẹ́ fún
wa kẹ́ni nice night o yes ma ẹ ṣé o ìsìtàbírí ni mí o.
Yes ma so this is it I don't usually display this because it is but I actually call it, where is it here? Support Diaspora Radio International. So this account is usually good for those who are in the UK. All right. So you can use that, which is Diaspora Radio International is the account name. The account number is up there. The sort code is next. And the bank is Catch Plus. Remember, every donation is voluntary. So I have a caller. Hello. Oh, hang on. I think you are not on. Oh, a lot of people are on the phone. Anyway, I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun General.
Hello, sir. Sorry, your name?
Yeah, Prince Jejeman speaking.
Oh, Prince Jejeman.
Yes.
How are you tonight, Prince?
I'm fine, Mayegun General. Thank you so much for the great and wonderful work you are doing.
Thank you too, Baba.
We so much love you.
Thanks
Keep it up, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, tonight I just want to drop 2 lines. You know, one thing I want to say is that when we continue to join the dance of the mad people, what are they going to call us? They're going to call us mad people at the same time. You know, that is the situation. The situation in Nigeria now is that the ethnic nations in Nigeria, every one of them are fighting for their life. Let us not forget that their terrorists are in the forest all over Nigeria.
That's right.
We should not forget, Malaya that they killed said this to us. We shouldn't forget that. You understand?
I'm with you.
The first thing that should be done at this very point in time in Nigeria, if they really want to salvage that country, is for all the political gangsters to go back to what they were asking in 2017, 2018, that they want. What did they want? They said that they want, what did they call it?
What's that?
Referendum. No, not referendum. That was a thing that is it
zoning.
I've forgotten it. It's a kind of constitutional reform or something like that. Restructuring, God bless you.
Right.
That's the word I was looking for. They were all shouting about restructuring. They know that the country has no foundation.
They do.
You understand what I'm saying? They all know that the country, the system is rotten. They were all talking about restructuring. Immediately, we are now heading towards 2022. They now forgot about that. They are now talking about election.
That's right.
Election. Because they know they are going to select themselves back. They've already put the table. They've already arranged everything. They want to put themselves back. You understand?
I'm with you.
That is the thing we are talking about. That is the thing we are talking about. So I don't want the Nigerians to take their eyes away that their terrorists they brought all over Africa is now in the forest of Nigeria. And they are waiting for command. Are you getting me?
We should never forget
These
that.
are the dangers. Right. We should not. These are the dangers facing everyone. You understand? And who are the people that are doing this? They are the people that are in power now.
That's right.
The people that are in power now, the Fulani terrorists that have attacked the seat of power. You understand? They are the ones who wants to hijack all parts of Nigeria. Dangote was piloting it, brought out his truck. His truck is what they were using. The news don't want to, the mainstream media, they don't want to talk about it. You understand? His truck was what they are using to pilot them all over Nigeria, east, west, north, and south. So these are the things we should not forget. That's the reason why we love Charade so much. If you listen to your broadcast on 26, you said everything. On 26, your broadcast was a bomb. Everything about Nigeria criminal was all embedded there. You know, anybody that goes to that broadcast to listen to that broadcast, we understand that talking about the election, nobody should talk about the election at this moment because everybody's life are in danger in Nigeria. Thank you, Moyego. This is what I want to drop tonight.
Prince. And also, I'm glad you are actually on the call tonight. Prince, you can use this medium to say thank you to our friends who put together that, contribution. So I have, I'll let you say it, please. Prince.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, lovers of Mayegu and the Temple of Truth. Fans, I love you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate what you did. We have support for the video shoot by Janjaweed, that song that tells Buhari to his face that Ruga is the terrorist agenda. Waterways bill is the terrorist agenda. He should know that we are not giving up our land or life. Thank you so much, the fans of Mayegu. Mayegu will love you. Keep it up.
So what happened is that I have reached out to Prince Jejeman and then I've handed over your donation to him in full. And that is what he's saying thank you for, just in case if every one of you is wondering. So Prince, we wish we could do better. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Okay, enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you so. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
So I have my last call on the phone. The time is gone and it's late, and this is going to be my last caller. And yeah, let's make it count. Hello, sir.
Hello, good night,
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. Baba, we don't get distracted though.
Tell me about it.
That's what I feel, man. To be honest, it hurts me. it's actually hurting me to the bone.
Okay.
So because, to be honest to you, my personal opinion, I stand to be corrected, is Yoruba nation now, Biafra nation now. And through this distraction of Showore, suddenly, I mean, we start to, misfocus. We are getting pulled a little bit away.
I like how you feel about it, and it's also good that people can feel that way. But remember, like I said, there are some certain things that are really not going to be comfortable for some people, right? This is Mayegun's Diary Political. It is not Biafra platform. It is not Yoruba Nation platform, right?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
There's somewhere I'm coming to. Some conversations are not they are not comfortable. I understand, right? At some point, I even said, is it not kind of be sounding confusing to you, Mayegun? You are not going to be part of it. You're not part of the election and the rest of that. But I have friends here. They are Showore friends. They believe in revolution and the rest of them, right? And when you say you probably, let's say we want something, they want something, and we are all found ourselves in the same room, what kind of conversation are we going to have? It's sort of the one that will say, kick them out of the room. We don't want to have anything to do with them. Or the one that says, we are likely going to probably have a collaboration at some point, maybe not on election, right? Remember where we're coming from on this. Uncomfortable conversation.
But Mayegun,
they are not
you and I know. You and I know that this will never work. You and I know. Where would we then put
but do you also know that there are people who believe that? Hang on, Baba. Do you also know that there are people who believe that Yoruba nation is never going to come? Biafra is never going to come. How do we get them engaged and having a conversation with them, if not by having that conversation?
The other side, where would we put the efforts of people like Sunday Igboho and people like Nnamdi Kanu, who was even the first ever eye-opener of we Nigerians to the things that are going on? Where would we put the efforts if now Showore is now coming? Showore should be a member of that Yoruba nation now. And don't forget, believe me or not, on that election day, it's just like a puppet being used right now. Because if they wanted to deny him of that electoral, participation in the election, they could through the electoral process. Yes, they could. But they allowed it because on that day, they know it will mobilize some youth who still believe in one Nigeria. They will go to the election poll. They know Showore doesn't have money, he's not a member of the cabals. He have a good intention, don't get me wrong. But on that election day, because of people who believe in Showore, when they get to the polling poll, they will give these guys a little bit amount of money, 3 bags of rice. They will change their mind right there and vote for someone else who they never have intentions to vote for. These are the little problems because Showore should also make up his mind. I remember vividly during the EndSARS protest, was it not on the same day or a day after or whatever, when he came up with Revolution Now? Why can't he just team up with these people and be like, yes, we want Yoruba Nation now? Why can't he team up with Sunday Igboho? Let's pull up Yoruba. And then you can come up, because we know Showore is intelligent. They have foreign experience in the United States. You live there, you have a broadcast station who have been broadcasting, saying bad things about Nigeria or Nigeria. And now suddenly you have published a lot of things, come out and say you want to be president of Nigeria and promising us all these fake glory road lies that we have been for decades.
Yeah.
This last thing you posted that it will be electricity. We've had this more than 10 billion times. There are people who will stop this. In the House of Assembly, people who will pass the bill are Fulanis. They have the majority. It can never, ever work. Nigeria can never work for anybody anymore. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's call a spade and face the truth. We want to find out because we want to convince the IPOBs, the Igbo people, who have been cheated for years. Is it only Yoruba and Hausa in Nigeria? How many Igbo presidents have we had? How many? Why are we chasing this people?
Personally, yeah.
You had the plot since, sir. Please. Let me answer. You said it before that people are free to express their mind. Let me express my honest mind.
Because it's sounding repetitive to me. I'm sorry, right? You objected. Yes. You want Sowore to join this or that. It's sounding repetitive to me. That's why I wanted to add something to it. But again, I'll let you finish. But use a minute.
I'm listening.
Yeah, go on.
Please add it. I'm listening, sir.
Yeah, you see, I am kind of, in my own way, just as some of you feel tonight, yeah? I am kind of put aback. I said a lot of things tonight. But majority of you just pick that Sowore issue out and you call it a distraction, right? I have shared my my opinion on the Thiefnubu, shared my opinion on and their videos on Athiefku and the rest of them, right? And I've said a lot of things tonight. So picking this Sowore issue out, right, just make it look like to me, at this point, right, it makes it look like Sowore is always going to get the same treatment that you give to this rest of the rogues in Nigeria, even if you disagree with his path and whatever. You know what I mean? As long as Sowore is not choosing to join Yoruba Nation or choose to join Biafra Nation and the rest of that, that is completely different from my own ideology of my ego's diary political, and it puts me aback. There are a lot of people, a lot of you really pick that Sowore issue in that light. But if Sowore comes back here and talks about Yoruba Nation, talks about Biafra, we are good. Is that what you all feel like? That we are good if he comes here and just talk about that, right?
No. See, actually, we both know, Baba. Say,
because I know it's not going to work. I said it repeatedly, right? I said I don't really believe in it. We all know where it's going to end. And I know that normal, we've read about it. We'll talk about it. But you guys are taking that out like, Sowore is some kind of a creature that, we have to touch with care. And that's not sitting down with me. Honestly speaking, it's not. And then comparing it with Igboho and all of them as well, But go on.
I understand. It's a dialogue. We can disagree to agree, right?
No, I'm not angry. I'm saying that it's not sitting down well with me means like, why do we have to see Sowore in that light?
No. It's not like that.
After caller, Sowore is seen as, and something like that makes me feel like,
Have you forgotten what I said earlier? I said, I don't have any problem with Sowore. He has a good intention.
Okay.
But that country will not make it work. Try to grab or pick out this one. I've got nothing to do with that, bro. Hell no, nothing, none of that. But the fact is, like, it wouldn't work. And we both know that this wouldn't work with the diversity of Nigeria and the cabals. And you can't compare Thiefnubu, who is an Atole with Sowore, who is a young, honest, brave man, right? And that comparison for me is not possible because Thiefnubu is a part of this cabal for years, who have been under this rulership. I don't even want to talk about that dirty name, Thiefnubu. Sowore is a brilliant guy. But to be honest to you, Baba, it wouldn't work in a system like that. If they change the constitution, if they do this or whatever. But don't you think Sowore coming to the Yoruba Nation will be a great game changer? That's my own personal opinion. And that's one problem Nigeria have currently, that everybody have, we can't all agree, of course, I accept that. But on the other hand, the Igbos are agitating for the Biafra, the Yorubas the most are agitating for Yoruba Nation. You saw Mama who wanted to donate. She want the elderly people, the young people, we all want this. Now Sowore is coming to promise us electricity, try to grasp what I'm saying. Promise us security that is highly impossible. Even if he have a good intention to make Nigeria more secure, the Hausas, the Fulanis, that's when they will start throwing bombs everywhere, different kidnapping. Do you think this kidnapping does Sowore want to change the mindset of the Nigerian military or the mindset of the Nigerian police to bring in more security for us? If Donald Trump came at that time,
I kind of like this. Sir. Have you looked at the side where I said we all have spoken about what is wrong with Nigeria and what we think should be done, right? But then most of what we have all figured out to be the solution, right? Majority of us who are profiling these solutions, we are not in the position to make them happen because we don't have any political kind of power to make them happen.
Exactly. That's why we have God sent Igboho. We have the Nnamdi Kanu. They are God sent to us. Why don't you team up with these guys? Let's come all together and unite on a unanimous
you haven't let me finish. Yeah, you haven't let me finish.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't let me finish. What happened is that Nnamdi Kanu is leading the charge for referendum. He has no political influence whatsoever, right? Nnamdi Kanu is expecting those who are claiming to be the political decision makers in Nigeria to think right and conduct a referendum. He is expecting Nigeria to conduct it, not because they have the political will to force the hand of those who made that decision. That's why we're having these problems now, right? In Yoruba land, Yorubas who are pursuing referendum, restructuring this and that, all the agitations that Yorubas have gotten involved in, all this way, right? You realize that they've always been expecting the people in that position of authority to make that happen. That's why people use pressure group, protest, articles, this and that, all to mount pressure. But who are we mounting pressure on? The beneficiary of the rotten system. Okay, so that's why some people feel like maybe if they go violent, right, eventually they can force their hands, which means they can force them to the negotiation table. Some said if a revolution happened, which is a spontaneous state kind of a reaction, uprising. They're not going to call it a coup or anything, right? Maybe with that can also create a reset. But if you picture everything, apart from the fact that we have people leading figures that we can associate with in order to make us believe that it will still happen, right? None of us, none of these groups at all, Nnamdi Kanu or Biafra, Igboho, Yoruba Nation, none of them is close to decision-making power in Nigeria today. You know that?
Absolutely right. But
so what is the end game?
Professor,
in this regard, what is the end game? Because that's what I do ask myself. What do you think is the end game if we all remain as pressure? Go on.
So now, do you realize the fact that Nnamdi Kanu have a separate mission and a separate way of solving the problem from Shuwore? Do you realize that Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, their targets was a little bit, to some certain extent, corresponding in comparison to Shuwore? So now this correspondence between Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho were actually the best, most likely solution for us.
Do you remember one of them that you can share with us? Just for the sake of this chat, do you remember one of those solutions of Nnamdi Kanu on how this is going to be that is different from what I told you earlier, referendum? Because that's what I know, okay? You remember they said we need a referendum.
Following, yes.
Just anything you remember for the sake of the chat.
Yes, sir. So now from Igboho, he said we should have our own country called Oduduwa Nation, our own currency, control our ports, which have been colonized by all the Fulani. If you go to Nigerian airport, Fulani. If you go to our seaport, Fulani. Yorubas now became like slaves to them in our own land. Our mothers, our fathers cannot go peacefully to the farms anymore. Solution, let's get our own country, control our own resources, use it to develop our own country and our own currency.
I know, brother.
Yes.
You know that's our wish, Abi. I'm saying how did this say we are going to get it?
How is already about, apart from the referendum of the thing, that was why he started the campaign from Ekiti State and everything. A referendum, of course, Professor Akitola and everybody rallied up together. They wrote a letter. Yes, they wrote a letter to the UN. These are all the ways how, and they were following through before they hijacked Sunday Igboho, Majasola in Cotonou Republic, because after kept him inside the prison till today, there was no more rally in the Yoruba nation. Everywhere in Yoruba land, no more rallies. So that means
let me save us the time. Yeah, let me say I actually love this conversation. Okay, if not because of the time. Okay, because a lot of people are listening to us. All right. You see, there are so many that nobody has a one-size-fits-all solution to how Biafra is going to come, how Yoruba nation is going to come. Okay, you see, all you have said so far, right? You yourself, you have explained it. People made move, and all those moves, right? They made those moves by appealing to different kind of organs, organization, local and international, demanding for one thing. If you look at it all, right, everybody is demanding for one thing: the change of that constitution.
Yeah, but that's the only process. If you don't want
hang on, 1 minute, yeah. Rallies and every other thing, they happened. I agree, okay? But you realize that all their requests were directed at either International Court, United Nations. They are asking people to pressure Nigeria to conduct a referendum, okay? So because it still all has to boil down to a decision to conduct a referendum.
But have you forgotten about the petition we were told to sign?
Yeah,
don't forget about that, sir.
Constitutional force majeure. All those things, I'm not saying they are not good. What I'm saying is that look at where they are directed. Nobody, Ilanomo Odua, could not call a conference and declare Yoruba nation. You know it's not possible. Igboho will not call a press conference and declare Yoruba nation and say they are taking over the sea.
He did.
So why are we still under Nigeria then, brother? You see,
because of Boko Haram. You know the reason.
Because of Boko, it means that we have no authority to make them happen now.
So are you trying to say Showore is them better off?
No,
to help Nigeria?
Showore issue is this, right? Showore once told us on this program that he didn't believe in the election, okay? But Showore declared to run for presidency today, right? And me, as Mayegun, it is the best thing to bring it onto this platform to show you. We know how their charade is. But at the same time, okay, don't let us we pretend, or let me say, we project ourselves on Mayegun's diary political as people who actually understands what they talk about. Okay, I know Nnamdi Kanu, I know Sunday Igboho. I talk to Sunday Igboho. I talk to all the leaders of a Yoruba nation. Okay, what happened today as we speak is that not that people don't have what they think should be the way out to get Yoruba nation. Not that people don't have what they think should be the way out to get a Biafra. But as we speak today, yeah, the authority to make that happen is not in any one of them's hand, right? Not that they can't try it, okay? But as we speak today, as you are watching this video today, the demand of Nnamdi Kanu, the demand of the Yoruba nation is for Nigeria to conduct a plebiscite. That's the topmost of all the requests. People can do press and say, we are not part of Nigeria anymore. You remember when Ilanomo Odua said, we are not part of Nigeria anymore? Do you believe that?
Absolutely.
Do you believe that? What's happening today?
Well,
do you have a Yoruba police in Lagos airport? Are the Yoruba armies controlling the ports in Lagos today? Because that's not how it works. It is beyond making pronouncements. It is beyond making announcements. There's a lot that goes into it. You get what I mean now? One of them is this.
Well,
yeah, one of them is this.
Well,
nobody has a final one-size-fits-all solution, okay? The idea of Showore is just like an idea too. It was the same Showore who said, except you restart, you cannot really build anything out of this, okay? That's his own idea.
Mm-hmm.
The people behind Yoruba Nation said, we need to take care of our own destiny. That is also a good cause, which I believe in. Nnamdi Kanu, as much as Nnamdi Kanu talk a lot about Biafra, I have a video I can share with you right now. Yeah, he said it. He said, let the people decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria.
Okay, sir. Just one question, Professor Mayegun.
Please.
So I just want to proclaim a scenario whereby now Showore wins the election and becomes Nigerian president.
As a tough
and
call.
Here comes Igboho, comes out, Elfi, no problem. Unamdi come out from the jail peacefully and healthy, and suddenly they see Sowore is the president of Nigeria. What will be the scenario then? When they still keep agitating? Let me end that question, sir.
Yeah.
I know where you am. I know you know where I'm going to.
Okay.
That now Sowore is the president, and now Igboho comes out and still agitates for Yoruba nation, and Unamdi Kanu still agitates for Biafra nation. What will be your take, sir?
If you have listened to me as well, based on what Sowore himself have said there, it's not against. You see, don't make it. I don't want it to sound like I'm probably campaigning for him right now, but it is what he said on my.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, he said he believed strongly in the reason why people are agitating to leave, but the reason why they criminalize it today is because the owners of Nigeria, they know what that would do to them. So Sowore said, if you have a country where you can indeed advocate for Yoruba nation, where Nnamdi Kanu can agitate for Biafra, eventually it is no longer a crime to talk about Yoruba nation, to talk about this and that, yeah? Now, that can be a beginning of how you are going to eventually break away from Nigeria. Because I keep telling people, listen to me.
That's the perfect answer.
Yeah,
I love you, brother. That's a very good answer.
Yeah, let me add this. Let me add this, right? I keep telling people that no matter how much we are frustrated about the whole situation, right? Even if we go to war, even if we decide to fight and fight, no matter how long we fight, yeah, we are all going to end up on the negotiation table to talk about, okay, those who are left, now that we need to go and divide, this is how we're going to do it. So why don't you start from that negotiation table? That's where people now said, but you are dealing with people who don't want to negotiate. They want to kill you, right? And I'm like, okay, that means most of us will have to stay away, right? Then Sowore said, what if you have to send, instead of you running away from these people, instead of them jailing you, killing you, why don't you let us team together? This election issue is the latest one. Sowore is not pretty much about election before now. Remember, he said, why don't you all bring ourselves together? If we have a revolution, with that, all these groups who want to leave Nigeria, first you will capture all the rogues who push you to want to leave. Once you capture them, you can sit down and say, okay, how do we share it? How do we leave? When nobody is going to shoot you in the head. You know, these are the ideas that are practical. Yeah. But present Nigeria is practically impossible. So I understand everybody's sentiment.
It won't accept it. Baba, even if Sowore have this good intention, which we all know, it won't, the Nigerian environment will accept it. Because even if he wants referendum, right? If he wants referendum, the Nigerian House of Assembly, who are led by the Fulanis and the cabal, will not allow it because they have to pass it.
I know.
They will stop it one way or the other.
The president can't change the law. You get what I mean now? But
exactly.
He may have the political will too. But
well, Yoruba nation now. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep trying.
Thank you so much.
Sowore is our brother. We love him. He's a young guy and good. It's Clement from Stuttgart.
Thank you, Clement. Okay. Clement, I actually enjoyed the conversation. Okay, it is called pushing the button, and I like that. So it doesn't look like we are all zombies on my Eagles Diary Political. Okay, you see, if people feel like Sowore's case is a distraction, right? Then we should also be very much prepared to always have uncomfortable conversation. Okay, they are not always.
Yeah, but Sowore is a politician. The politician will always be a politician.
And
so I mean, the situation.
I know they don't.
Exactly. That's how it goes. He wants us to join revolution now, but he can also join Yoruba nation now. Ego play.
Well,
you know.
We will get there. See, there's so much before us, Clement. There's so much before us in the next couple of days, weeks. And I don't want to miss out on any of them. I'm going to talk about everything. I just wish my friends and everyone will probably be in the know before then, okay? Clement, we have exhausted all the time. And I can tell you, Madam is standing beside me right now like, what's going on, mister? So thanks, Clement. I will talk to you some other time. You have a good one.
Yeah, good night.
So that's a good one. And I want to tell you all that sometimes the conversation is not going to be comfortable. And if this particular one is one of them, it is so unfortunate that we lost so much conversation about Sowore coming out or not. And I can say that even the Sowore supporters who are on my Eagles Diary Political will probably be fuming right now. they want to call in and defend him. This is not about who is right or who is wrong, okay? It is simply about what is happening, and people are eventually going to do what they are going to do. It is just so kind of sad, right? That most of the people who are going to give us different reasons why Showore is never going to be trusted or what have you, they are the same people who are going to be who are also the closest promoters and then defenders of Athiefku, Thiefnubu, Saraki, Kwakwa, and the rest of all these guys. That is the world we are in today. Whichever of them that comes on your way, just know how to tackle that. However it is, thank you so much for your time tonight. My updates on what we are doing with the issue of Oloye Sunday, which is basically on the fundamental human rights, is fundamental human rights being trampled upon by the Benin Republic and what they call the diplomatic fisticuff or what have you. I'm going to give you the update on that on Friday. I've got a few updates that should be given to you, but I'm going to probably hold on to that of the lawyers because that part is so important, I have to say. And, hopefully, most of those who are supposed to be answering the questions that some of you actually throw at me, Mayegun, what are we going to do about Osun election? Mayegun, what are the Yorubas doing about the next election? I don't want to be hearing about election. You are going to be hearing about election on Mayegun's Diary Political. That is why it is called the Mayegun's Diary Political. It's all about politics. That's what I talk about on Mayegun's Diary. Okay. And then, those of you who have that responsibility, you should live up to it. Tell us what it is going to be like. How are we, as the people who are the resistance, the people who don't want to be part of the charade or validate the fraud, how are we going to fit in? And then what is going to be our own fate as we get into that manipulative blackmailing 2023 election? A lot is going to happen. This is just the beginning. So thank you very much, everyone. And you all should have a good night from here. Thank you. No, sorry. I actually wanted to add the date back on. However, to those who are calling, I wish I could take your calls, but the time is so gone. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gbà rìbá àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ òdodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.